Okay, dividing monomials. Reduce coefficients and cancel exponents. So if we look at example 1, 8x squared y to the third over 2xy. So if we think about reducing 8 over 2, well 2 goes into both of those. 2 goes into 8 4 times, 2 goes into 2 1 time. Now when I say cancel, if I have the same amount of x's on top and bottom, I can get rid of them. So if you think about the x on the bottom, that's like x to the first. So that's like having one x on the bottom and two x's on top. So I can cancel out one of the x's, which gets rid of them all on the bottom. If I cancel out one x on top, that leaves me with 1. We got y, so I have x to the first on top. Y to the third over y to the first. Again, I can cancel out 1y. So I can cancel out 1y up here, which leaves me with y squared. So I got 4xy squared over 1. Now if you end up with 1 on the bottom, we don't need to put that, because anything divided by 1 is what it is. So this equals 4xy squared. Example 2, 10x to the third y to the fifth over 15x to the 7 y squared. So first we look at 10 divided by 15. That doesn't go down to one number, but 5 goes into both of them. So 5 goes into 10 twice and into 15 3 times. This is like having 3 x's on top and 7 on the bottom. So I could get rid of all of them on top. If I get rid of 3 on the bottom, that leaves me with 4, so x to the fourth. I can get rid of 2 y's on bottom and get rid of 2 y's on top, which leaves me y to the third. And since there's nothing else I can do to simplify that, I'll just leave it as 2y to the third over 3x to the fourth. Example 3, 6x squared y to the third over 8x to the fifth y to the sixth. So 2 goes into 6 and 2 goes into 8. 2 goes into 6 3 times and 8 4 times. X squared and x to the fifth, so I can cancel out the smaller one. I can cancel out 2 of them, which leaves me with 3 x's on the bottom, so x to the third stays on the bottom. Y to the third and y to the sixth, so I can cancel out 3 y's, which leaves me with 3 on the bottom. So I got y to the third, and nothing else can be done, so 3 over 4x to the third, y to the third. Example 4, 2x squared y to the fifth over 6x to the seventh y to the eighth. Okay, in this case, 2 goes into 6, so 2 goes into 2 1 time and into 6 3 times, so I reduce that. X squared next to the seventh, I can mark out the 2 x's on top and 2 on bottom, which leaves me with 5 on the bottom. Y to the fifth over y to the eighth, I can multiply or cancel out 5 of them, which leaves me with y to the third on the bottom. Now if we end up with 1 on top, that 1 has to stay there. In example 1, we had 1 on the bottom, but anything divided by 1 is what it's left over. If we have 1 on top, it has to stay. So the answer is 1 over 3x to the fifth y to the third.